mean really just absolutely destroy me. I'm talking full-on watermelon in the thighs level carnage. And I want it to scare the shit out of me. I mean, I hope I piss myself. And you call me your little pee-pee piss boy.
Hey there everyone, welcome. My name is Snoofy and I'm here to show you how to make a future type beat. Future type beat. No, you stupid auto caption, I said future Future funk is a subgenre of music you get when you mix 80s Japanese city pop with modern day EDM, creating this super bouncy, super groovy music which I love so much. Here's a good example. Aw, it's over? Man, I was vibing out. Ah well, all I can do now is do the thing I said I would do and show you how to make a type beat of this genre. And yes, I say type beat because we're making a future funk type beat here and not an actual future funk song. I'll divide this video up into sections to explain the different elements of the beat and then play it all together at the end, so stay tuned for that. So when we make our chords and melodies for this future funk beat, we want to pretty much mimic the essence of city pop music. So for my chords here, I'm using a suitcase E piano using 9th chords following a 2-5-3-6 progression. I literally just searched up city pop chord progressions for this one, but here's how it sounds. I'll be using this chord for the rest of the beat. Very simple and basic, you know, nothing too crazy. Next up, I have this synth bell thing, which follows the same chords but with a slightly different timing. It gives off this funky summer vibe, which I really like and adds to the overall sound of the beat. Next up, I use 2 paths following the same chords to add more atmosphere to the melody, with some notes at the top to touch those high frequencies a little more. When playing the chords all together, here's how they sound. And now we got this super ethereal summer-like vibe going on, perfect base for our future funk beat. Let's move on to the melodies now. Melody making for future funk, again, comes down to mimicking city pop. So for my melodies, I used a jazzy brass, strings, and a bell. Starting with the brass, I've done 3 things with it. The first is this melody, which I used as like a transition between the non-chorus parts of the beat. It'll make more sense later on when you listen to the full beat. The second thing I've done is copy that same melody but change the notes towards the end so it can loop itself, and I'll have this playing during the chorus sections of the beat. The third thing I've done is made this little ascending melody as like a buildup of energy for the chorus. Again, it'll make more sense when you listen to everything all together, trust me. Having this jazzy brass sound really helps contribute towards that funky 80s city pop vibe, and it's very easy to use too. Now let's move on to the strings. I've got my strings here playing this nice little melody which adds a layer of emotional oomph to the beat. Strings are probably the most versatile instrument that you can use in any type of music. Holy moly, this sounds so good. Moving on, we have our last melody element, which is the bell. The bell is very subtle and just plays a nice riff of bright harmonic notes, which add on to the overall energy of the beat. Those were the melody elements of this beat. Here's how they sound along with the chords. This beat is sounding groovy already, but wait, because I haven't even explained where the main groove comes from. It's time to move on to the bass. So the bass is, you guessed it, the funkiest part of the beat. For my bass in this beat, I use an electric guitar for the funky harmonics and a basic sine wave for the electronic bass sound. The formula to having a groovy bass is to make sure the bass is moving all the time while still following the root notes of the chords you use in your beat. For my beat, I made two bass lines, one for the chorus sections of the beat and one for the non-chorus sections of the beat. The difference is simply that the chorus bass has more groove to it, while the non-chorus bass has a little less groove to it. My bass lines are pretty simple and I could definitely make them groovier by adding more notes and playing with the timings of the notes, but you should definitely do that. Moving on now to the drums. This is the element that turns city pop into future funk. What you'll need for this are some EDM drums, so grab yourself some good samples and lay down a simple EDM drum pattern. And that was it. Yep, that's all. The drums are like literally the easiest part of the beat to do, and there's nothing special going on here, but you still can't have a beat without the drums, you know? No beat is ever truly complete without sound effects such as fills, transitions, sweeps, and more, which help keep the beat flowing nice and smoothly. Here are the sound effects I used in my beat. I really like the wind chimes specifically. They sound so great along with the chords, giving it more of that summery texture. Sprinkle these sound effects throughout your beat and you've got yourself a
certified hood classic.
So not to be confused with sound effects, automation effects refers to the effects that I automate in the mixers for the beat. Normally I don't talk about this because this is something you do by taste, like your personal preference, but for future funk specifically, it's actually pretty important. I've got a few things going on here, first being the most important, which is the low pass filter intro. I don't know why it's specifically a low pass filter intro, but literally every future funk song uses this, like it's a tradition to do so, but I'm not complaining, it sounds amazing, you know? Keep the low pass filter automation for the rest of the beat though, because we won't be using this just for the intro but also throughout the beat as these little filter sweeps. The next important automation effect is going to be the sidechain. EDM isn't EDM without the sidechain, and the same goes for future funk. Here I have the melodies and bass being sidechained by none other than the best sidechain plugin ever. These next two automation effects are more subtle and are optional. I just did them for my own personal production taste. First, I have this plugin which mimics a tape recorder and adds a nice vintage white noise to the beat. And next, I have this retro filter effect, and I have it playing during these non-chorus sections in the beat, which give it like a nice transition between city pop to future funk and vice versa. So these were my automation effects that I put on my beat. Just remember to use the low pass filter and to sidechain the melodies and bass. And would you look at that, we finished making our beat. Put together all the elements I explained and you'll have yourself a nice future funk type beat. Here's how mine sounds like, as promised. want to keep listening? Go ahead and click the video on the screen, it'll take you to the full beat. And since you're still here, why not drop a like and subscribe while you're at it? And follow me on the gram too. I post regularly on there with updates and behind the scenes. I'll be chilling on there, you know? Alright, now have fun making your future funk type beat.